see her level damage. Surge. Oh, again.
Man, I'm on the edge of my seat right now. Like, oh wait, this could be a lot of damage right here. Oh, never mind. I take it back. It's another quick. Wow. Vortex kick. Vortex kick. Bart's
And
down.
killing that Bart.
Gotta be game.
Oh,
Wow.
wow, that's game.
Hi everyone and welcome back to Wbel Season 2. So this is week 7 for the Clairvoyant division, and as usual I'm with GB79.
How's it going, man?
Super fine, super tired, but I feel great.
I hear you. We're burning the midnight oil here, literally.
Yes, and I just come back from 2 hours of badminton, so yeah, I'm pretty dead tired.
All right, well, let's get right into it then.
Yes. Alright, in the first place we got MacRain with the 6 point because of the extra point. After that we got Crashmstr and Iroh both with the 5 points. Then we got UGB with the 4 points, just as JesusLBL and Meefle. And out of the playoff spot currently we have Reindell and Iceheart both with 2 points, and then Addol and Taiyo with 1 point.
Yes, make or break this week, I think, for Reindell and Iceheart. Yeah, everybody else is just trying to kind of jockey for positions here as we kind of go down the stretch here.
Absolutely. Alright, so let's jump into the first fight. First match we got MacRain against Reindell. For MacRain we got Valet, Surges, and the Young Oldie. On Reindell's side we got Summer Jaden, Corwell, and Fina.
Yeah, so this is a team we've seen several times now from MacRain. It's a very, very strong team there with Ice and Water Pierce combination. Reindell bringing out a triple bow team here, Jaden, Corwell, and Fina. We'll have to see how it works out. I do think that there is some positions here for Missile to excel, like they're on the sides of the map. You know, if you can kind of position them there and get the height differential. So maybe Reindell can take advantage of that and get some hits as those Pierce units advance.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that they are starting face to face, so it might be good for the bow unit. Oh no, they're more in the middle. Oh no, I think it's great. Reindell.
The tough part about Valade here is he does have that Barb Lazara buff, which gives a bunch of wind resistance. There is a Dispel on both Jaden and Corwell, so that could be helpful, but them starting down here in this middle position, I think, is going to be very difficult for them.
I think there's a bow tie on Jaden.
You're okay. Don't worry, much appreciated.
They look kind of strong. I've got your back.
Oh,
Okay, we've got the Missile Res piercing up.
I think that's
Surges
Corwell.
can get surprisingly decent spirit and defense there, so you can see Corwell not really able to do too much damage. There is that elemental counter to go against as well.
Yeah, plus the buff of Valet. Oh, so much more damage coming from that Jaden. So next we got Valet, but he'll probably be able to heal Surges at least for a fair amount. So yeah, about 5k. So next we got Fina. If she's not in range. Alright, so on another buff, the same as the previous one. So leaping assault, and killing both. And that ends the run of Reindell, unfortunately.
Man, Surges coming in one-shotting both of those units. That is not what you'd like to see if you're Reindell there.
Yeah.
I was expecting heavy damage there, you know, because the pierce damage, ice damage, but I was not expecting that much damage. Thought maybe they could take one hit there. So tough day at the office for Reindell. I think that the positioning there, didn't end up being optimal. If he had maybe been up on the hill there, it may have been a little bit more advantageous, but seeing how much damage that Surges was doing there, I think that, even if he had the optimal positioning, it was going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah, absolutely, because in the end I think that the AP will have been problematic too, even if they were able to get rid of the Surges, but then you had the whole day to get rid of. Yeah, unfortunately I don't think that the damage would have been there to kill him.
There may have been a small chance if Fina was able to finish off the surges there somehow, but seems like you said she didn't quite have the range there. Yeah, so my key of the game, I think, is just, like we said last time, just the bulk of this Pierce team is really hard to overcome. So I got to give it to MacRain once again for that.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'll give the key of the match to this damn Valid. Alright, GG to both players, and congratulations to MacRain, and sorry Reindell. Alright, so next match we got Iroh against Meefle. So for Iroh we got Bradley, Whisper, and Lilith. On Meefle's side we got Ravius, Lightning, and Katia.
So we got our full night team for Aloha once again. For Meefle, this has kind of been his go-to team with the double lightning supported by Katia. I think you're kind of, licking your chops a little bit as Bradley when you see a couple of lightning units, across the field. But Katia, her support ability for the earth resistance and the protect is so strong against Bradley. So we'll kind of have to see how that matchup ends up working out here.
Yes, I've seen Katia neutralize Bradley a lot of time in class matches.
We are starting on opposite corners here, so there's going to be a long trek here until the units meet up. So that could end up being bad for Meefle if that buff ends up wearing off before he gets over there. And definitely don't underestimate Lilith. Her damage is actually quite strong in the full night team, especially if she can kind of chain up with Bradley. And she does a lot of AP damage as well.
40.
Yep.
That's so crippling.
Just wondering how many hits this Lilith is going to be able to take from the lightning. That's going to be a key thing to watch here. And there's that buff we were talking about.
Yeah.
It also gives him the dark resistance, which is quite good against Whisper.
Yes, true. So we got the Protect, Earth, and Dark resistances on the old party for 3 turns.
So is Lilith in range? She's not.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Lilith is, Lightning is completely ready to go with target buff getting the defense penetration. Katia hopefully is not going to get stuck too far behind here, though. That could be an issue.
That was I was going to say. So blinding cross, so we got a blind on that Whisper. She's not very accurate, so it's not really good, and she doesn't have any guaranteed hits. So let's see what she. Okay, so fair regard. So unit resist up. It will be really good against that lightning. All right, so let's see what kind of damage she can do. So life siphon, very poor damage on that Whisper, but a lot on that Lilith. She's going now, and she has to do her thing right now. But I think that Whisper might be in the way, so yes, she go for arm break instead, and no disable. Next we got Katia. Is she going to be stuck? No, she's actually advancing forward, so that's really great for Meefle. Next we got Bradley. Again, not able to find that sweet spot, so only going for that Ravius. It's really great for Meefle. And Whisper going for Divine Shelter, so only playing Region, I think, and other buffs. Next we got Lightning. Dispel Spread, Missile, alright. Killing that Lilith, and nearly killing that Whisper, and nearly killing that Bradley, who still has his courage. Next we got Ravius, so Taunting Blade, able to kill Whisper, and Bradley is only has 1 HP left, and we got that Katia in the background. She doesn't even need to heal. Alright, probably on one of his big crush. Oh no, but the counter kills Bradley.
Wow, I can't see how that match could have gone any worse for Mr. Aloha there. Anything that's, that could have went wrong, it absolutely did. Right down to the match ending on that counter there from Lightning. But once again, Meefle's Lightning is just putting on a show here in this league, completely dominating even against an Earth unit there.
I must give the key of the match to the map, because at several times Lilith and Bradley had the chance to use their big AoEs, calculated ran, but they didn't have the range just because of the terrain. So I have to put my selection on the map.
Yeah, the pathing that Whisper took, kind of getting up on the hill there and then the Rabies coming over ended up being really disadvantageous for Mr. Aloha to sort of, like you said, line up those AoEs. For me, it's going to be Kadia and her support buff that we were talking about there at the beginning. Bradley was finally in a position to do some damage. He really wasn't able to do much of anything. So even if he was able to line up the AoEs, I don't think the damage was going to be there.
Yeah, it's true that this Rabies tanked a lot of damage, even from Bradley, who is a hard unit.
Exactly.
Alright, so GG to both players, and congratulations to Meefle. Alright, so next match we got Taiyo and Crashmstr. On Taiyo's side we got Terra, Hope, and Summer Kilfe. On Crashmstr's side we got 2P, Elena, and Minwoo.
So Taiyo, once again, bringing his favorite unit, Terra here. I have to say, Terra is one of my all-time favorite Final Fantasy VI characters, so it always brings me some level of joy to see that. So it looks like he's going to be doing that Esper strat once again. Over on Crash's side, we've got 2P along with a couple of support units. Looks like potentially a double Quicken setup here, both time mages there for Helena and Minwoo. So we'll have to see how that is set up. If he's able to pull that off successfully, that could end up being a quick match here.
We'll have to see.
They're wasting their time. I appreciate your help.
And 2P's mobility is very, very strong.
To make the enemy.
Do you understand?
So she's going to be able to glide across this map easily. Cannot say the same for Hope and Terra here. Although we did see Hope pop off a couple of weeks ago with his guaranteed hit limit burst. Also against a 2P in that particular matchup, so...
Accuracy up, but only on Terra.
Terra does have guaranteed hits as well.
Yes. A lot of use too.
So 2P is completely ready to go here. Here comes the two support units. Are we lining up Quickens here?
Oh. The other Quicken is pretty late though. Oh, so we got... okay, so we got a skip LB from Hope. Massive damage on that 2P. The Summer Kilfe is so far in the back though.
I was just going to say, very impressive damage from Hope
Yes.
there. Here comes the second Quicken. She's got them all lined up here in a
Only
beautiful
Terra.
smash, I think.
And
Goes for the kill.
and no Esper strat for this week. Okay, so that Hope really has to pack a punch. He better be. Oh no, so we got the ailing on that 2P, so it's going to be really tough. And I think that the Elena is too far for the Quicken, so she's only moving forward. Next we got Hope. I hope that his damage is good, because otherwise Taiyo's playoff spot is going to melt away. So a constructed clave, so a lot of damage. Actually, I think that he may be able to kill her if he lands it. But next we got 2P, and we saw that she can pack a punch. So press my flash on, killing the Summer Kilfe. I think she got courage, but now it's gone. At least the Hope was able to survive, so next we'll see is it. Oh, but it was on the Minwoo. Okay, so next we got Elena. Unfortunately, I think that this 2P is going to seal the deal, and she's going to be aced.
Surprisingly, Hope tanked 2P on that first hit pretty decent. But yeah, Terra going down there in one go completely annihilated any chance that Taiyo had. I think that if Terra had been able to get off a turn and maybe follow up Hope's damage, maybe with her guaranteed hits, then, if the turn order had worked out there in his favor, maybe it could have happened. But once Minwoo has started advancing and, her long-range heal, it was able to kind of seal the match there for Crashmstr.
Yeah, I have to give the key of the match to that bow tie on Minwoo. I'm pretty sure that it's what happened, because otherwise it makes no sense.
Well, I think that he was going for her because he probably didn't have the full accuracy to be able to hit 2P, but then
Right.
he also had the kill shot on Minwoo, so the AI will favor it if they can get the kill shot. So yeah, unfortunately, I think that the key of the match for me, I think, is going to be just 2P and her mobility. She's, like I said, you can move across this map so quickly, especially when she had the quicken and the haste there on her side.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because I think that he had a shot with the Grifford, but unfortunately didn't win that way. Alright, so GG to both players and congratulations to Crashmstr. Alright, so next match we got the GB79 against Addol. This match was freshly done because you just did it like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, so Addol is in Italy, and you know, he woke up very early in his morning time, so props to him for his dedication and kind of meeting up with me for the match. On my side, I've got my Ice and Earth combination there with Belade, Mont, and Howlet, and he's running Mariel, Severo, and Halloween Lucio. So there is a little bit of synergy there, at least with Mario and Lucio. They do share the Halloween card there, so you can get the luck and agility. I think that Severo's more of a cost pick there, but you know, he does have that bravery down on the big water guy that can be pretty strong. So yeah, we'll have to see how this one plays out. So I start my units here right in the middle. So I only need to get off a couple of buffs here. Mainly was a little bit worried of his wind threat because he has Glaciella on his roster, so I did bring in Valade for the buff. But he also is going to give me that accuracy here as well.
I'll protect everyone.
But Addol, he's got his kind of a split formation here. Mario down in the middle with his other two units kind of up on the hill. So they got a little bit further to traverse to get down to where I am.
Instant courage on Severo.
There's my Barb Lazara.
Mostly for protect now. Oh no, it's the other one with accuracy. So Taunting Blade. It's a fair amount of damage on that Mariel though.
Yeah, Mon's not really known for his damage, but I like to use that Taunting Blade just so he can gather the hate there. Just a little bit of chip damage from Mario. Decent damage there from the jamming thrust.
Yeah,
Lucio's kind of still stuck over here on the side though, and he's taking a weird path here on top of the hill.
It might be good for him though. Oh, and your Howlet is able to reach them both with his LB. Monstrous one and one-shotting that Severo, but he had this courage. Alright, on next we got Mont, able to... Okay, so jamming edge. Oh, killing that Mariel. Alright, next we got Valade. He's standing still. Ice Vitalization. And next we got... Oh, he went for... and one-shotting that Halloween Lucio. What a monster. Ooh.
Yeah, his damage is quite crazy.
So we got another round of one-sided fight tonight.
They have been very quick.
Yes.
The thing about that move on Howlet is that it essentially increases his accuracy by 50, the Blizzaga Saber, because it debuffs evasion rate by 50 prior to the damage. So it's actually a very strong attack there that, you know, he's able to hit those very, very strong evasive units, you know, between the buff from Valade, but also with that attack there, really allows him to get some extreme level of accuracy.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's obviously we have to give the key of the match to that Howlet. Wow, the damage.
Yeah, he's been my MVP here for the last couple of weeks, really putting on a show here and carrying my team. But yeah, that's got to be my key of the game as well. Howlet's, you know, bringing the damage and really, like I said, putting on a show for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright, so we got one last match to record, but it's going to be another day. So thank you for tonight, and GG to both players, and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Alright, so last fight of the night, we got Iceheart against JesusLBL. So on Iceheart's side, we got the Kreese, Rafal, and Alaya. On Jesus' side, we got Amnelis, Mariluk, and Kilfey.
So this is a team that we've seen a couple of times now, at least from Iceheart. It's kind of had a mixed bag in terms of performance, but we have seen it perform very well. I think, as we were saying, earlier in the video, this map, I think, can potentially be good for missile, depending on where they're lined up. Hopefully, Iceheart is taking advantage of the range height there on the sides of the map. Over on Jesus' side, again, we've seen these bulky mages here of Amnelis and Kilfei a couple times. I don't think we've seen them, though, yet with Mariluke, so this is going to be interesting. She does have that long-range chakra ability, so maybe if they take some chip damage here as they go in, she can heal them up. We'll have to see how it plays out.
Absolutely.
But Iceheart is down on the lower area here, but Jesus has put himself on the upper tier here, so
That's odd.
not quite what I would expect, but yeah, I mean, usually the gunners will have some range height too, at least, which I think the majority of the map you can reach through from range height too.
Amnelis needs a couple of turns for her buff, so I understand why Jesus started on the top of the hill.
Now, of course, these mages do have guaranteed hits, which you're going to be able to hit Rafal, but she is actually surprisingly tanky against magic damage, at least for the first couple of hits. Elias still not in range, but getting that haste online here maybe could be key with the CT up from Krace.
One barrier break, a little damage on the Kilfei coming from Krace.
I don't think that Rafal's going to be in range here. Oh, she does have the Dispel spread.
And a lot of damage on both Amnelis and Kilfei, but Kilfei had a counter heal. Kilfei is currently channeling something. Let's see what it is. So Eraser Bot! Oh! Elias faster and is going to kill that Kilfei before she could land her spell. Next we got Amnelis, so the LB. It's going to give her a guaranteed hit for 3 turns. Good on Rafal, just a little chip of damage though. Next we're going to have Kreese. She's going to be in range. Let's see what she's going to use. So, arm shot only. Oh, and a disable at that Amnelis. I think that Merluc. Okay, I think that she can cure some status effect. I'm not sure if she can cure disable though.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's one of them, and I can't remember if it's part of her main job or monk sub job either, off the top of my head. But she went for the TMR buff there. And this missile team is just proving to be a bit too much here for Jesus to handle, without even really able to do much damage at all. The speed factor really coming in big here for Iceheart.
Yeah, they don't do that much damage, but they're really fast and they're kind of too much to handle.
Well, Alaya and Rafal will definitely putting in some pretty big damage there. Grace, not so much. I don't think she has much for defense penetration, but the other two were, building off her chains and really putting up some big numbers, especially once the barrier went down.
I'm not sure how of a difference it made, but I'll still give the match that disable increase. We'll never know what the Amnelis could have done, but this disable was so damn impactful.
So, I mean, setting up down in the lower area ended up working out okay because Jesus was lined up on top, so it gave the missile units proper time to buff up and get their skills online. On the other hand, I think it ended up working against Jesus because he was not able to get into range quick enough to put out meaningful damage. And the casting time for Kilfei was a killer as well. She wasn't able to put out any damage there.
Yeah, I was just wondering if Amnelis had the chance to one-shot the whole team because they're not really that bulky. But yeah, like you said, with the momentum of that ally, I think that they were too fast. So otherwise, she didn't have that chance if it wasn't a one-shot coming from Amnelis.
I know that Rafal and Krace both have a pretty substantial amount of area resist. At least for Rafal's, I think, is conditional based on how many times she's hit. But Krace, I think, she's usually around 40 or 50.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that they could all potentially take a hit. At least we saw Rafal there was able to. So Alaya with her longer range was in the back, so she was pretty safe there.
Yeah, although Amnelis has a very long reach with the select abilities.
She does, yeah. Yeah, she's got a couple of range 5 attacks there. So just the cast time is usually what ends up doing her in. She wasn't able to really follow up after the LB was out there to really take advantage of the cast time down buff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Alright, so GG to both players, and congratulations to Iceheart. Alright, so this is it for this week for the Clairvoyant division. We now have a new player that's in first position. Crashmstr has dethroned MacRain, so they both have 7 points with the extra point, but Crash has 1 kill above MacRain for the tiebreaker. So next we have GB79 with the 6 points. After that we got Meefle and Iroh with 5 points, and then JesusLBL with 4 points, the last team that's clinching the playoffs right now. But Iceheart just beat JesusLBL and she didn't cash in our extra point yet, so nothing is done there. After that we got Reindell with 3 points, and then Taiyo with 2 points, and then Addol with 1 point at the end.
A couple of important games here, the last 2 games this season coming up here, and that last playoff spot definitely not resolved. We got at least a 3-person battle there. Yeah, could be some interesting games here as we kind of watch these last couple weeks.
Yeah, of course. Alright, so thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye everyone.
But yeah, I think that's got to be my
Alright, so GG to both players, and congratulations to JesusLBL.
No, congrats to Iceheart.
Ah! God, yes.
No worries.